Experiences and viewpoints of motherlode women, the show features a rotating cast of 4 women of all ages and from all walks of life. Quick, upbeat, and fast-paced with a variety of topics, this one-hour show will be aired live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Tune in, it's Just Between Us.
Good morning and welcome to Just Between Us, and it is a lovely, lovely day here in the TSPN studios. We have 2 great ladies, 2 of our regulars that are with us today, so we're going to get started right away. I'm Susie from Volcano.
I'm Sandy from Jackson.
And I'm Marta from Jackson and Ione.
All right,
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias is
Well,
right. Sandy.
We're going to do,
you got to do the
okay, I'll do the
dice.
And
you can hand me 2 and...
you go ahead and take 2.
Okay, I take 2.
There we go. I'm not awake. It's early in the morning, people. And the first one is?
Reality shows. Whoa.
Number 5. Oh, God.
If you could meet anyone who has done a reality show, who would you choose?
Okay, and the next one? That's
terrorism.
Exciting.
Terrorism.
Oh, no, number 2. Really?
Do you feel that as a citizen you are alert and educated about the possibility of terrorism?
Okay. You need to be more alert about the reality show, people.
Okay.
We're going to take a very short break.